Good morning, students. We are discussing about different medical conditions during pregnancy. What are the signs and symptoms? How can we diagnose? What are the complications? And how can we manage this condition? All we discussed in the last classes. So today we are going to discuss about one more condition, that is tumors of the uterus in pregnancy. I hope all of you studied about the uterine tumors in your gynecology classes. Now here we have a discussion about what happens if a lady with the uterine fibroid get pregnant. What are the peculiarities of symptomatology, and if there is a difference in diagnosis and management. So let us have a short discussion, brief discussion about uterine fibroids. What is uterine fibroid? It is a benign condition, benign smooth muscle tumors of the uterus. So it is the tumors of the uterine muscles. We can broadly classify uterine tumors into intramural fibroids, submucosal fibroids, and subserous fibroids according to the location. If the uterine fibroid occurs within the muscular wall, that is called intramural fibroids. Intramural, within the muscle, that is intramural. And if the fibroid present in the muscle beneath the endometrium, that is called submucosal fibroids. That means just beneath the mucosal layer, submucosal fibroids. And if the location of the fibroid is on the surface of the uterine wall, that is called subserous fibroids. The symptomatology of uterine fibroids depends on the location of these fibroids. And the most symptom producing fibroid is the submucosal fibroid. It produces the most distressing symptoms. All these you studied in your gynecology classes. Here today, our topic of discussion is the fibroid of uterus during pregnancy. First, we have to discuss about the effect of fibroid on pregnancy. So, what is the effect of fibroid in pregnancy? Here also, the most symptoms or most effect is produced by the submucosal variety. Submucosal variety causes more problems, and the problems are infertility. Sometimes due to the presence of fibroid, there is a difficulty in conception, or it produces infertility. One of the common cause of infertility is the uterine fibroid, that too submucosal variety. And if pregnancy occurs, and if the submucous fibroid is large in size, that will lead to abortion, especially during the first trimester. And the other symptoms are pressure symptoms, then malpresentation of the fetus. Due to the presence of this uterine fibroid, the presentation of fetus will be different, and it also result in premature labor. Now let us see what are the effect of pregnancy on fibroid. During pregnancy, the fibroid grow rapidly. The size of fibroid increases rapidly during pregnancy due to the hormonal changes occurring during pregnancy. And again, here it is likely to undergo degenerative changes, particularly red degeneration. That is one of the main complication or main dangerous effect of fibroid during pregnancy. We have to look for this condition, whether the fibroid in pregnancy undergo red degeneration. Sometimes it may result in torsion. These are the effect of pregnancy on fibroid. Then about diagnosis, most of the cases it is usually asymptomatic. A lady with fibroid, when gets pregnant, the lady shows the signs and symptoms of pregnancy only. The symptoms of fibroid is not usually present. Sometimes uterus is larger than the appropriate period of gestation. That is the only one sign we can elicit in a pregnant lady with a fibroid uterus. So we can easily diagnose it by USG, ultrasound scanning. The size, number and location of fibroid is easily detected by ultrasound scanning. Then let us see what are the points in the management of fibroid during pregnancy. First of all, watch and wait strategy is followed. Watchful expectancy. So there will be no problem during the entire pregnancy. Pregnancy will continue as usual if there is any complication, and that will result in either a normal delivery or a cesarean delivery. So watch and wait strategy is followed in most of the cases. But we should care about the abortion. There is a chance of abortion occur in first trimester. So we should look after this abortion that should be taken during the first trimester. Then what are the indications of cesarean section? If the uterine fibroid present at the lower segment, or if it is a cervical fibroid, that will result in a cesarean section. In these cases, cesarean section is advisable. Again, in malpresentations, cesarean section is advisable. Like oblique lie, transverse lie, all these cases, cesarean section is the best option. As I said earlier, the uterine fibroid during pregnancy may result in degeneration, especially red degeneration. That is one of the most severe end result of uterine fibroid in pregnancy. So how can we identify, or how can we suspect the red degeneration? We are looking for this red degeneration of fibroid during pregnancy, whether the fibroid in pregnancy change into red degeneration or not. So when such a lady produces symptoms like pain, tenderness in lower abdomen, and signs of inflammation like fever, vomiting, we should suspect a possibility of red degeneration of the uterine fibroid. So in such cases, we should investigate the case and manage accordingly. Although we diagnosed it as a red degeneration of fibroid, nothing to worry. There is no need of any immediate surgery or like that. Sometimes we can manage it with medication, with analgesics and anti-inflammatory medication and symptomatic medication. We can manage this condition without any surgery. Again, if torsion occurs, that is a complication, then laparotomy and myomectomy should be advisable. So it is the only condition myomectomy taken place during pregnancy, that is in torsion of uterine fibroid happens, myomectomy should be done. That is the only solution. Regarding the medicinal management, it is better to diagnose and treat the uterine fibroid before the pregnancy. So if a lady with a fibroid in uterus is planned to pregnant, it is better to consult a doctor and take medicine. And if she took medicine well in advance, this condition can be cured medicinally, so that there would be no problem during pregnancy. Then again, during pregnancy also we can give medicine, and the medicines are similar to that of uterine fibroid during non-pregnant lady. In repertory we have the rubric in the chapter female genitalia, tumors, uterus, myoma. There are a lot of medicines represented in repertory. We can select one of the medicine in accordance with the totality of the patient. The main medicines are Calcarea group medicines. Calcarea carb and Calcarea fluor, both are effective. Phosphorus, Silicea and Conium Mac are the other usual prescriptions in uterine fibroid. And most of the cases we can see it as a psychotic presentation, So we should think of Tuja and Madorinum in every case of uterine fibroid. Some most specific medicine like Ormur natronatum, iodum, all these are given during as a specific medicines. Other specific medicines are Fraxinus americana, Thalassopibers pastoris, Trillium pendulum. These are the usual prescriptions in uterine fibroid. Other medicines which well described in repertory under the rubric uterus tumors are also very effective if the symptoms of the patient match. Thank you.